Hey everybody, Jeff with Chief Classics, doing something a little different today. We are out here in cattle country, Sandhills in Nebraska, going to pick up a 1964 Chevy C60 straight truck. So I've got a 65 Chevy L60 low cab forward straight truck. They're kind of like a half cab over that I'm working on. Belong to my wife's family. They've had a trucking company for over 100 years, and my wife's great grandpa bought it new. It's made many trips out west, east, into the Omaha stockyards, and I need some parts for it. So it's got kingpins on it still, and it's got a spindle bushing on one of the kingpins that's just plumb gone. Like, there's this 3/8 thick bushing that I don't know where it went. So instead of rebuilding the kingpins, because both sides need work, I got on the Big Iron auction site and found this C60 for 410 bucks. It's got a 327 in it. It's got plates on it from like 10 years ago, so it hasn't been sitting a long time, but it's been sitting a little bit. But small block Chevys, if you can get them to turn over, they're gonna run typically. So we're gonna get this truck home, and at the very least we have a 327 core, a hoist, a 4-speed transmission, a PTO, and a 2-speed differential, along with some interior and a couple body parts that'll interchange with that L60. So at the very least, I am enjoying my Saturday morning out here in the absolutely prettiest part of Nebraska. And I shouldn't be saying that on camera because I don't want anybody else to move out here and ruin this beautiful place. So we're heading out to Sumner, well, outside of Sumner, and we're gonna see what we get into. I don't know if anybody's gonna be around to help me load this thing. It's absolutely massive. It has a 16-foot box on it. I have no idea what I'm getting into. I don't even know if it rolls. So, sounds like a rodeo. Look at all the little buddies out there. Man, we are really out here in the goat hills. Holy crap. Pretty though. Very scenic. Very much don't want to get off to the side of the road. The shit I do for a $400 truck. Well, after a total rodeo of getting here, we're loaded, ready to go back. We are out middle of nowhere by Sumner. Feel bad for these guys. They recently lost their corn about right at the time that it got tasseled, so they didn't have much for yield. They're going to total it out. They're going to chop into silage. They feed cattle, so they're making the most of it. Funny enough, fella I bought it from is related to my next door neighbor 3.5 hours away, so can't wait to talk to her about that. All in all, truck's good. It's exactly what I expected. Let's get back home. Well, after our previous rodeo, it's really nice to go on a nice graveled wide road through some pretty rolling hills. I just love it out here. He's got another straight truck that I might end up with, so we'll see what happens. Alrighty, we're back up here at the big 60. We're gonna see if he wants to run today. Oh, we got some friends. I forgot that he put those in there. So we got 2 babies, a full grown. Oh, what about the other one? Nothing on the other side other than a bunch of poop. All right, we're in neutral. We do have a key. We have an ignition that acts like it might work. Oh, let's get some air for 1 year. This is about as bad as you can imagine. All right, let's put a battery in it. Didn't have this on my bingo card. I don't know what this thing is. It's not a rattler, but it shakes its tail like a rattle. I don't know if it's venomous. If you can tell me what that is, please do. Well, it's in here. So as long as it stays in there, we won't have any troubles. Yeah, I can see it. It's inside of that panel. Oh well. These battery connections leave a lot to be desired. A real lot. This cable's about broken half, but it's just the negative one. That's not as important. All right, is that thing still in there? Yeah, at least I gotta walk by it every time I get in here. Spins right quick. Okay, we'll get the carb off. Or not the carb, air cleaner. Get an inline spark tester in so we can see what's going on. We'll see what the heck. Oh, please don't have babies in here. I don't want babies in the oil bath. Yuck. Oh, we don't want to start a fire either. Okay, not bad. Not bad. We got the oil bath. Choke is open, so that's good. No dead mice in the oil, although we are lacking some oil. Cool. Got one of the wires hooked up on a small terminal of the starter, the other one we just put on the battery. Must not be good enough down there. Alright, got the clamp on the other terminal. We're good. Alright, time to test for spark. Got our inline tester on. Is our snake still in there? Yeah, snake is still in there. That's good. Turn our key on. Alright, still cranks. Okay. Spark tester. Let's watch it. Nothing. Okay. Well, let's check out some points then. My goodness, I don't know if these engines get so fuzzy from that oil bath air cleaner or what. We've got our governor built into our distributor in this case. I don't know what kind of difficulties that's going to present us, but we'll see what we can see. These are neither the best nor worst looking points I've ever seen. There's still barely a tab left on them. Between the tabs, I should say. Okay, I gotta get that cap off and then I'll be able to get in there. I meant to say rotor, but your brain tends to go other places when you're sharing a truck with a 3-foot snake of unknown type. Let me know if you know what kind of snake that is. Is that a sand adder? I don't think it's a bull snake. I think the colors are too dark to be a bull snake. But thing came from central Nebraska, not eastern Nebraska where I'm from, so hard telling. Okay, that seems loose-ish. We'll get our little donger in here. Can we bump this guy? Am I in anything? No? There we go. Now I can get to it a little easier. It's about open now. Okay, get that wire out of the way. Get it back. I gotta two-hand this. Tried scratching them up, but I think I bent the arm on the points, so we'll just put new points in, I suppose. Got new points in. Didn't put a condenser in because it's hard to get to. Snake is still in there. Got the points adjusted to 19 thousandths. I don't know if that's right, but that's what it usually is. Got the key on. Test for spark again. Watch it. We got spark. Cool. Let's get some fuel. All right. I think I got all my toys out of the way of the fan. I'll try to gingerly fill this bowl until we see it flood. Remember, this is the first start in a long time, so this thing's gonna need lots of fuel. There's so many noises coming out of this truck right now. I don't know if it's bees or mice or 3-foot snakes. I think it's full though. That one's a bee. It's just a sweat bee. Let's watch it. We'll turn our key on. All right, Mr. Snake. Contact. Sound like out of our tractor pipes. It sounds like they aren't hooked up is what it sounds like. I think it's just running off of what's in the carburetor right now. Another 327 runs. Gauge is working. Oil reads pretty high. Oil's reading probably 45. Oh, it's this power steering leaves a little to be desired. Cool. I'm gonna shut it off and let's fill up the gas tank. So I thought that I didn't think there was that much gas in the carburetor, and I emptied that tank, but it's got a selector here, so I don't know if it's running off of the seat tank or what. I think it starts immediately. over here. Is this vacuum? No, that's not vacuum. Dang it. Doing its thing though. I don't think it has any clutch. Nope. Plumb out. It might be pulling fuel out of the tank behind me. Oh, dang it. There's our water leak and it's not coming out of the hose. Nope, it's coming out of the bottom tank. Or above the bottom tank. Bummer, dude. Just sitting there counting them off though. Okay, I'm gonna fill up the reservoir. We'll see if we can get the clutch to work. I don't know where the snake went, so that's a little concerning. Oh, let's see if we can keep junk from getting into that master cylinder. I saw that the fluid level went down a lot after I pumped the clutch pedal. Might be a Christmas miracle, but it's for some reason the brake pedal is getting hard. Front wheels are dry, hydrovac looks dry. How about back wheels? I don't see anything running out the back wheels. Did we just get really lucky? It doesn't go to the floor. Pressure definitely builds up. Wow, okay. Clutch still leaves a little to be desired. You gotta remember, at the end of the day, the fluid's going somewhere. If you pump up the brakes though, they get hard. Huh, interesting. Very interesting. The fluid's moving a little. Let's make a halfway attempt to get that lid on. We'll just do finger tight. That bolt's not really a bolt anymore. What do we got in our way here? Battery with a big crack in it. A light. Anything else? No, not really. Okay. I can't believe this thing still is pulling gas out of somewhere. The snake's probably in my seat. Alright, where's forward? It's trying. Nope. It needs bled. It's thinking about it though. The pitch just changed. How about now, huh? Nope. Maybe we can start it in gear. No, I don't want to do that. Son of a gun, anyhow. This thing must be pulling fuel out of the cab tank. That's wild. Okay. Well, let's try to put our pedal all the way down. And we'll try to bleed our slave cylinder for our clutch. We need to find something to stick in between the pedal and the seat to hold it down though. All right, there's the bleeder for the slave cylinder. Try to get as much gunk out of there as we can, especially out of the end of the bleeder. Seems like it's free of obstruction. All right, one more for good measure. I think brake parts cleaner will kill a snake. I think that's 3/8. Let's try it. Looks like it fits. Feels like it fits. It's gonna be hard to see, but watch that bleeder. We got fluid. All right, now let's try to pump it up. It's not too happy. Not very tickled. That's our brake feel. That's our hydrovac making that noise. It's not all that happy. Kind of sounds like a bee in there. I don't know. Who knows? Those are level looking. It's up quite a bit still. Okay, let's put our pedal down. Bleeder open. That'll kind of hold it open. I don't want to go digging around under that seat too terribly badly. Let's crack our bleeder again. All right. We got fluid right away last time, so I don't know what to expect. Solid fluid. Any improvement? Not much. Our master cylinder might be a bit shot. All right, after some wrestling and 2 hammers put together, I think I've got my pedal all the way down now. So now let's see what we get. Seems like it came out with a little more gusto that time. Our clutch also might be stuck. Yeah, I don't think I've gained a thing. Well, pretty much the same. What can we see with their selector? Can we tell which way this sucker's going? I don't know how to make hide or hair of this because it's pretty much in the middle right now. What way does the middle way say? Where's this line go? It feels heavy like it has fuel in it. So which one is this? There's the one on the right. Okay. I think that we're pulling out of the cab, ladies and gentlemen. Well, it's running, so we're gonna run with it. Okay, well, let's start it in first gear and see what happens. We can pretty much button all of this up because it's running as good as it's ever gonna. I wonder if I should put Yeah, I'll put antifreeze in it. Can I even put the hood down? Yeah, it's not gonna hit the positive terminal. Okay, let me clean some stuff up and then we'll try to move it around. I get just a geyser of fluid out of that slave cylinder. So we'll just try starting it in first and see what happens. Oh, it just kicked me out. Hold it in with my foot. Ooh. Second. I kind of need both feet for this. What am I leaking? Leaking something. Oh, maybe second gear. There we go. We can start it in second, but we can't start it in first. Put it. I have a semblance of a clutch now. Does that mean that I can get it into first? No, not really. I don't know if I'm on the high or low side of the rear end. But I'm moving at any rate. Got oil pressure, got plenty of battery. Okay. I can't push the clutch in though. Yeah, I've sprung a leak on the cowl. I can kick it out of gear. How about brakes? Nope, I got nothing for brakes. I gotta, if I pump it up I do. Sounds like I got maybe a leak in my hydro vac though. Yeah, I'm all out of clutch now. Second. That was me trying to put in reverse. Let's try to jam it into second. That just killed it. I just lose my... I just lost power. Huh. My battery jar loose. Maybe I'm good now. Hope I didn't permanently lose power. I'd like to get this back into its parking spot. There we go. I don't know what this thing is leaking though. It has a cable going to it. Must have something to do with the governor, I would imagine. Yeah, we pretty much lost. Well, not totally. It's got pretty good oil pressure. Alright, let's see if I can start it in second again and get it straightened out so that we can back it into its home. It won't let me start it in first though. It'll start, but it'll kick itself out. Second ain't any big deal. We're gonna need all of these West Coast mirrors. Oh man, we should have filled up the power steering. We weren't thinking. It's not so much power steering as it is ram assist. All right, clutch is in. Let's see if we can put it in reverse. Nope, let's see if we can start it in reverse. There's reverse. We can at least start it in reverse, that's nice. At least the idle's really low. If you can tell me exactly what that deal is on that firewall that's leaking oil, that'd be much appreciated. All right, Jeffrey, don't back into any dodges. Heck, well, this thing runs as good as it does. I don't know what it'd do if it didn't run this good. I'd be in trouble. I didn't think about that snake being in here until now. Okay, Jeffrey, we're getting close to a Dodge. I guess it says to park right there. Will it restart? Hell yeah, it will. We're not exactly where we were, but we're close. This thing is loading up. It must not like that old fuel. I can't tell what that is. I don't know. Looks like oil. Got any? We don't have cab lights, dang it. Don't have any lights. Shucks. Oh well, we tried. What if we kind of work it a bit? I'm not getting anything. Hey, are we leaking antifreeze still? I'm sure we are, but yeah. Yeah, we are. I don't think it likes running on that old gas. Which way can I turn this? So there's our indicator. We want to put it on back. All right, we got it on back. It was just plumb in the middle, so I don't know what to make all that. Oh, that was really on there. Let's put a few gallons in them and see if it pulls fuel. So I got the selector valve moved. I got that back aluminum tank that I emptied full. Go in the second though, are you? That's first. Nope. Hope it won't. Smells like old gas. I hope it starts picking up new stuff. Smoking. All right, I'm gonna let it run for a little bit and see if it clears up. It's doing its thing, but it's not clearing up a whole lot. Near as I know, we're pulling out of the clean tank. I'm gonna put it back in its home, but we're gonna come up here again, probably seafoam it, and maybe pull the radiator. Oh yeah, there's our troubles right there, plain as day. Okay, I'll dig all that stuff out. We'll make a halfway attempt at soldering it. Alrighty, I'm back up here, what, 5 days later, and much to nobody's surprise, master cylinder's empty, so that means that it's leaking out of both the brakes and the clutch. Our mouse is still there. Did some sniffing around, and yeah, it's coming out of a back wheel. Not surprised, but I can't tell where it's leaking fluid out of the clutch though, because the little clutch reservoir is completely empty as well. But at any rate, I forgot to check something last time we had it running. See any snakes in here? No, not yet. I don't hear it yet. Hopefully he's gone on to greener pastures. See if it'll start. Yeah, I'm not surprised by that. Our battery cables leave a little to be desired. A lot. Little lot, actually. I brought another set with us just in case these decide to fail. Oh, okay, I'm gonna get this thing fired up. Come on, little buddy. Thing builds oil pressure like none other. Lose prime? Probably. No surprise. I think I got some left in here. It almost all spilled out. Shacker. Oh, buddy. Why does this air filter need to be such a pain? Maybe I can lift it all up in one shot. Okay, wing nuts off. Pull that off. Oh yeah. Make sure we spill all the oil out of it. Drink. Fill the bowl as well as I can. It should light now. Probably doesn't have much for an accelerator pump. Or golly, that thing spins over like nobody's business. All right, let's completely fill the carb. We probably have to pull fuel up from the tank again. Fun fact, gas melts them little rubber wedding rings. I don't think the outside of the GoPro camera is particularly fond of it either. Glad to see we still have spark though. It's been kind of damp out, so I was wondering about that. It might be full now. Definitely flooded, without a doubt flooded. Oh wait, I forgot, I don't know how to do that on this channel. Boy, the flies in here, just unruly. Vitals look good. We got all the battery, pretty good oil. It's good oil. It's hanging out at 45. Probably this thing still smells like we're pulling old gas out of it though. Baby. Gosh, that stinks. I hope we're on the right side of our selector. Maybe we're not. B, which I assume would be back, tank, because our other option is S for seat. I don't know, let's switch it, hell with it. We got blinkers. No blinkers, what kind of piece of crap did I buy? Radio, we didn't even check. We got nothing. Friggin' nothing. That's barely doing it. We got smoke like we did last time. Not as bad. I don't know. Maybe we're pulling out of the back tank now. Alright, let's do my favorite thing to do. It acted like it ran out of gas. There's some smoke back here. It smells different, that's for sure. I seem to have lost throttle pedal. Yeah, odd. Picked a fine time to leave me. Which one did you go in? Alternator's burning hot. Oh, okay. Down here. It's weird. It's odd. It's peculiar. Okay. Let's try you now. Just for good luck. Huh. Yeah, maybe we, I don't know, let's switch that back at any rate, and I'll prime you again. Can I see any squirting? We're squirting for certain. Oh yeah, there's fuel squirting. Therefore, I'm gonna go back to the other side. Just hold it wide open. We got squirting. Yeah, we got a stream, all right. Give you a lot more. Okay, there we go. Wants to idle at like 300. Oh dang. We left our spark tester on here. Thing I saw that. What's down on top of that manifold? Gas? Probably just gas. It'll burn off. Okay, we still don't have any clutch. And I don't remember which one's PTO and which one is not. And it looks like we're missing our cable knobby. Alright, I'm gonna get some pliers and yank on these. Well, let's try this first. Oh my gosh, this is big stock. That's all I was really concerned about, was did the dump bed work? Not really, I wasn't that concerned. Oh gosh, okay, I gotta really heave on this. Our cables don't want to work worth a fiddler's part. So here, gosh, which one is this going to be? This is going to be, is this going to be raised lower? I'm thinking. So this might be raised lower. I don't think it's engaged. Cool. Did you flood or did you just decide to quit? Oh, you got fuel still. You do, you do. Does this button work? Oh, hell yeah. Let's check to see if we've got squirting now. We still do. We do. Before I forget, let's get rid of this. We don't need this anymore. We've established that we have spark. At least I hope. Oh, make sure you burn your hand on the hot manifold. There it is. Okay. What is your major malfunction? Well, this would be a lot more fun with two people. We which one are we at? Seat. Well, we knew that it ran on the other one, so let's go back to the other one. It wasn't a good running, but it was running nonetheless. Does this thing just want a bunch of fuel to start it? Or what? All I wanted to do was play with the dump bed. Okay. No power steering. So sad. Well, since we don't have clutch, what I really need to do in order to make that PTO work is I need to not have this running, and I need to try to move that lever with it off, because otherwise we're going to be fighting against the transmission, because when you engage the PTO in this thing, you got to let the clutch in and out in order to do it. So we don't want to fight that. Do I not own? There we go. Let's see what we can move around under there. Our cables are probably going to put up one hell of a fight. And I don't know if this is... which one is which? Gosh, I really... Man, that's not a good angle there. I think this is raising lower. Oh, well, I broke the cable, so that's one way to go about that. Oh, it's so much easier to use now. Yeah, I think this is raising lower. So, is this the one that turns on the PTO? Because this is the only other cable I see. Granted, we're supposed to have a speedometer cable, which that one is. Where's our other flipping PTO cable at? That's the one I conveniently broke. I'm gonna dig around some. Bear with me. No? No? That looks like... Oh hell, guys, I don't know what's going on. Let's look up here and see what we got shaking. I about banged my dome on that door. I would have literally died. Okay. So we're looking for 2 black sheathed cables. The one that's sheathed in metal is speedometer. So we're gonna see where these guys are going and coming from. They should be close together, you sure would think. Okay, there's one. Don't they? Is this the other one? No? Yeah? Yeah, no? What goes into this thing? It's a brake line. Get it together. Okay. So here's the 2 cables. Well, here's one of the cables. And this one goes, oh, there's a big old jack shaft that goes back there. Okay, this is different than mine. Or maybe it's the same, I don't remember. Okay. So what happens if we... That might be PTO engaged now. And then back on that donger is probably where we raise and lower at. Okay, so let's try to get this old bus started again, and we'll know if that's it because that prop shaft should be spinning. Okay, our prop shaft is spinning now. This might just pull right out now. Nope, it's still stuck. Yeah, it's seized. Okay. So our PTO is engaged. This is going to be a lot of fun with smoke pointing right in the face. Take that wire off right there so that I can control this easily by hand. Just a sec. I'll just back you off a lot so that it can slide around. There we go. So this is off, and then how'd that go? That is lift up, and then that I think is release. Or is it vice versa? I don't know, we'll figure it out. This is default setting at least. So we'll start the truck there and then see what happens. Okay. Yeah, we need some more idle speeds. This is dumping grease and shit on my face. Let me see if I can find something where I can control this semi-remotely. Not really, I'll just get a little more out of the way. For the love of God, never stand underneath one of these things when it's risen up. Yeah, we got a bad line. Lester, Prairie, Minnesota. Cool. Our box is empty. Nice. I could go higher, but I don't really want to or need to, but I feel like I got something accomplished at least. Cool. A lot of these straight trucks end up getting turned into dump beds for or dump trailers for obvious reasons. They just don't have a lot of value as a truck, so they get turned into goosenecks. Which, for what they want for a gooseneck dump trailer nowadays, I totally understand why. Bed irons look alright. Cool. Let's bring them back down and shut this thing off. Forgot it probably doesn't have like any antifreeze in it. Where can I put myself so I don't get hydraulic fluid in my face? Down periscope. Cool. So let's shut it down. Then we'll kick the PTO out. Let's clear up here. Okay. All right. PTO is off. Goodness, we are just hemorrhaging oil out of that valve cover. I was under here looking to see if we got a broken plug wire or something that would explain our strange idle, but I don't see anything. You know, it's pretty likely that one got gnawed in half by a mouse or a rat or a snake or something along those lines, but I don't see any sign of that. I'll check the front. I can't see anything that would lead me to believe that, but something I did notice is this thing has a blue oil pan on it, which indicates a later engine. There's orange on the balancer still, so maybe it just had a pan put on it. I don't know. It'd be cool if this thing was still 327 though. Okay, so what I want to try to attempt now is we're going to get that cover off the bottom of the bell housing, see what's going on in there, because we don't have any clutch action. Alright, we'll get that shield taken off, see what we can see. I'm afraid I found why our Clutch isn't working. Them's ball bearings. You know where ball bearings live? In a throwout bearing. I think. I don't know. I don't know why else there'd be a pile of ball bearings in the bottom of the pan. That's a bummer. Okay, I wonder. How hot is all this? Nuclear hot? I don't know. That still seems relatively together. I can't tell if our clutch disc is stuck. Well, we don't have the clutch engaged, so we won't be able to tell. But golly, man. It looks like it's been spinning on that arm. Shoot. Okay, I'm gonna do some more investigating. Well, as much as I hate to admit it, I think that I'm gonna go as far as I'm willing to go on this thing. It runs roughly, so it needs a tune-up, probably a carb rebuild. Radiator leaks, so I either gotta fix that or find another one. We're losing fluid out of the clutch, so it probably needs a slave cylinder. The throwout bearing is bad, so while that's apart, you may as well put a clutch in it, resurface the flywheel, and we've got at least a wheel cylinder in the back that's bad. And once you get the wheels off, there's no telling what else you're going to get into when it comes to the brakes. And frankly, I have another one of these that's in better condition, runs better, and it has a lot more sentimental value to it. That guy over there, that 65 low cab forward. So I think I'm gonna end up doing what I planned to do in the first place and use this for parts. I'm probably gonna use that aluminum fuel tank. I need some mirrors, I need the seat, I need some interior parts. This thing's had exhaust put on it within the last century, unlike mine, so I can use that too. There's just too many pieces on here that I can use. I honestly need about all of the interior trim pieces out of this one, but that's the way it goes. These things are so darn cheap here in Nebraska that you can buy them for nothing as long as you're willing to haul them. So with the amount of money that I would have to put into this thing to make it actually usable, I would unfortunately be probably pretty well upside down on it. And the point wasn't to get this one reliable in the first place. The point was to use this one as parts for the other one. But let's see if we can at least take it for one more drive around the yard. It's almost like it found out our plan. There we go. Hope I didn't leave any tools underneath of it. And I hope that snake doesn't come back out. Anyone coming? Nope. Poor thing, I really wanted to just get this thing running and driving and sell it whole, but you know, there's usually a reason why they're parked. And unfortunately, I think that we figured it out. We got to have a little fun with it though. This one has a radio in it. I can't wait to take that out and put that in mine. Even if it doesn't work, it's gonna look pretty cool. Gauges all seem to work, so that's neat. Oh, don't run into the cattle pot. And then I need a glove box as well. Did I hear somebody? Nope. Thank God this thing has a granny low second gear. We're even on the high side. We're not on the low side. Well, maybe we are on the low side. I can't remember. It's been a long time since I've gone from high to low on a rear diff. Gosh, still smells like old gas, something terrible though. So all we have into this thing is 5 gallons of 91 and some points. Oh, and the initial purchase price and hauling, but we're gonna forget about that. It runs, it kind of drives, it sort of stops, it doesn't shift. It is what it is. We'll do one more hot lap with it before before we send it into oblivion. I think it has like a square body steering wheel on it. I love these things, but there's just zero market for them if they aren't perfectly running and driving. Yeah, there's the old low cab. I was originally going to use the front end out of this thing and put it on that one because that one's got a bigger front end and the kingpins are absolutely shot. And then I even got that front end from a buddy of mine, Doug, but it'd be too difficult to adapt the Dayton wheels to it, and I don't want to have buds up front and Dayton's on the back. So thankfully, due to the extreme knowledge of my father-in-law, he said, well, just go look for a part number on that front end of the 65 with the Dayton's on it. Well, sure enough, there's a part number on it, 67 to 72 Chevy, 7,000 pound front axle. I think it came with a 5,000 pound front axle originally, and they put that 7,000 pound front axle under that truck because the passenger front wheel came off one day. It broke. I think it broke the axle or the spindle or the kingpin or something like that, so they opted to put a heavier axle from it under it because they were using it quite a bit at the time to go to the stockyards in Omaha. So I guess they wanted to make it strong and reliable. So now that I know what it is, I'm gonna try to find kingpins for it. I found brake parts for it already, so that's great. So hopefully we'll have that thing back on the road by the end of the year. Thanks again for watching, guys. Really appreciate it. I love these old trucks. I can't understand why, but they're just so cool. We'll see you next time, probably with another Pontiac.